Hey Violin, how are you? When I do drywall, what type of tape and mud do I use, and do I prefer the paper tape? So I have this all-purpose mud, but I have a lot of people saying it's too heavy. Bubba Stack says stop short stroking, long, slow strokes. Matthew said, what's up? I appreciate your advice, Bubba. Let's see what it does. Now, violin. Okay. There is professional preference, like what gets the job done the fastest, the best, the yada yada. And then there is easiest. First is this mug that you have. Um, it's the regular all-purpose. Is it in the bucket? It's in the bucket, yeah? Now, I'll say this. The difference between the two, if you're accustomed to it, you can tell it. It is heavier for sure than the lightweight compound. But that's primarily just to save you a little bit of energy. There's nothing you can do with one that you can't do with the other. I'll just say that. All right. The lightweight compound has a tendency to have some air pockets in it that you might have to hit again on your final run through because those little bubbles will burst. But the all-purpose doesn't usually have that problem. You can always mix in a little bit of water with it and it'll soften it up, thin it out a little bit. But I wouldn't thin it at all for the taping process. I'd go straight on with the taping process and just squeeze out as much as you can. If you're coming out of a bucket, you're not using 45 minute or 20 minute or nothing like that, so you're not really racing a clock. I'll show you the several different types of tapes that I have and that I use. Yeah, definitely mix it well if you do thin it. Otherwise, you get clumpy and it'll be annoying. Several types of tape that I use. However, in corners, the paper tape is ideal because you can fold it easy, it runs corners good, it's firm enough it doesn't get cut by the blade of the knife that you use in a drywall knife, and it works great. This is also great for joints. However, the downside to this is you put on mud and then you put this on and then you squeeze out mud and then you wait, and you have to wait until it's dry. Otherwise, you go back over this before it's completely dry, then what you end up doing is creating bubbles and pockets in there that you're going to have to cut out later. But with the fiber tape and the mesh tape, you don't have that problem, but neither of those is good for corners. All purpose all around, this will always do the job in almost every circumstance. I wouldn't prefer it on outside corners and doorways just because it's not strong like the metal ones, but aside from that, paper tape, you can't really go wrong with it. Like if it's your house or your project and you can take your time, that'll do fine. If you know any Persian word, I donate $5 million. Basic person? Uh, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever asked anybody whether they were Persian or not. But you need to mix it in another bowl and power mix it with a drill and a paint mixer. Yeah. I'll show you a couple ways to mix that mud. There's a little small mixer you can get with your drill that you can put on your drill, and you can put it in a little mud pan, and you can mix it in just the mud pan, the little rectangular piece. I've got some drywall tools at a job right now, so I don't think I have my stuff here. Dang it. But yeah, you can put it just on the tip of the drill, you spin it, and it'll do a good job of mixing that stuff up for you. If you're just mixing a little bit at a time. If you're mixing a lot, you go there, the local orange store or blue store. $10 will get you a big, thick sticker, that mixer that you can put in the end of your drill and take care of all of that. What yoga? All right. Back to our show. I was watching an Ed Sullivan documentary earlier today with my bride. Now I have to soon start making the determinations on which one of these is crossing over the other. And I think I'm going to base that loosely on which joint looks the best. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, I think it's going to be easier, cleaner to go this way. Put that one slightly on top. Take my little advice my buddy just gave me. Go long, slow, throw. Do you like that? Do you like the long, slow strokes? How was the documentary? It was fascinating. It was very good. Jay says, what kind of trades do I work in? I am a remodel contractor, so I do cabinet building, framing, drywall, roofing, electrical, plumbing, not HVAC, flooring, wooden flooring, laminate flooring, tile flooring, built fireplaces. I've been a brick mason. Yeah, almost every trade that there is on a house, short of a handful of specialty trades and HVAC. I can do, generally speaking. That is my profession. I'm a renovations and remodel contractor. I've been doing that for 30 years. Doing it for myself for 30 of them. Well, for 30 of the 33. So now I kind of got to make that subtle little crossover. And then I got to get rid of this material. Yeah. All together. All together. Man, those chainsaw guys are doing some awesome stuff right now. Wood Trucker and Barry and the Boss Lady, they are both live right now. If y'all want to check them out and you get bored with me, go check out some excitement over there. It's a little loud, but it is loads of fun. But right now, this is like the slow jams type of vibe. It's like the late night DJ. Oh yeah. This one here goes out to the ladies. Hello ladies. How do you think? Oh yeah. West Desert. Cutting wood. All evening long. Well, zoomed in on me. I want to be looking at the wood. Jay, lots of competition in NYC. Hopefully ICE will help with that. Oh. That's cold-blooded there, Jay. I don't know. I'll just say this, like, I've been a tradesman 30 plus years, like I said. There's a couple of things. I don't feel like anybody's competing with me. Ever. I feel like people are doing some of the same things that I'm doing. But competing with me, I just don't believe in it. I feel like the more people are doing something, the better. And the only ones who ain't gonna survive it are the ones who are not as good in whatever way. And I always shoot to be pretty freaking good at whatever I'm doing, so I welcome anybody. I didn't do anything to get here. I was born here. So my right to be here isn't something that I earned. I don't understand why somebody else has to earn it. Ideally, I think we should be able to travel the country, travel the world freely in whatever way we are capable of doing so. As long as we are not causing harm to someone else's life, liberty, or property, I'm all for it. What I am never for is human beings in cages. It takes a very wicked exception for me to feel like a cage is the answer. Pardon my rant. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I might have made some people upset. Uh-oh. That's why I ain't got but 2 likes. I need to shut up and dance. Alright, sorry. Sorry, everybody. Killing the vibe. We don't want you dating politics. Tell you what, though. Minority companies are not who sponsors the mass of minority workers. The big American companies that hire immigration workers. Nobody else can afford to risk that. Nobody else can afford to hire a guy who can interpret. So, I don't know whose prices y'all think are going down because of that. Because the replacements, the locals, won't double the money. And they should get it. You feel them subscribers falling off as we speak. What did Matthew say? Chat, we are there to notify the others in the chat that there will be a live later. Videos related to wood turning and other videos that we like and want to share. Thank you so much. VLC Woodworking, Evening West, what are you making tonight? Oh, before that. Let me see. I was asking for your Instagram because we, Chris Bailey Woodworks, Todd J.L. Woodworks, Johnny L. The Craft Stand, another guy you don't know, we have a group. Oh, look me, I'm West Does It on everything. Yeah, on everything. You can find me for sure on Instagram. And I'm down. Follow me, I'll get the notifications, and I will certainly follow y'all back. That's awesome, man. I love being in spaces with other creative people and skillful people. Oh, it's like my jam. It's like my jam. I kind of want, I like having friends I can learn from. I guess that's just my way. Back to the slow jams. All right, I'm going to try to pick up that habit of these slow, long strokes, like my man suggested. He typed it with such authority. He must be a true craftsman. Maybe I should start to get into some rough iron tools. I got another notch to make here. And then I'm going to lean it over and let it soften that edge on this side. We're giving me a crisp, sharp edge on that side. That is the way I like it. And if you gotta vary a little bit from your pattern to make things line up a little bit, forget those pencil marks, fam. You do what you gotta do. And this one we're going to run our shadows the opposite way, but lighter. And hopefully what we're going to do is give the effect that this is lifted up a little bit, this is going under a little bit, so on and so forth. I'm just doing this by changing the angle on how we come through this thing. Hard areas when things are passing over. Soft when things are passing through. She's mighty, mighty, letting it all hang out. She's a brick house. She's the one, only one. Okay. I love the different colors of this wood. You're not making no one upset or offending anyone. It's just late. I got a project for you. If you ever get downtime, make a bouquet of flowers of wood for your wife. Problem is, she's seen something more spectacular in Thailand, and my effort would be futile. I got years before I'm there. VLC Woodworking says, I've been a new subscriber recently and you make awesome work. Man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I mean, really, to come in here and take your time to do that, that's awesome. VLC Woodworking, Matthew says, I've subscribed to your YouTube channel. I hope maybe I have too. If I have not, I think I will. I will see if I can find you. Ali Lee, suit and tie for woodwork. I love it. Well, not necessarily for woodwork, but woodworking despite it. I guess that qualifies, right? I already wrecked all of my my white t-shirts and blue jeans, and I said, might as well get into these slacks. Just kidding. My son had a recital this morning. He did wonderfully, and we all got all white collar, classy for him, and yeah, it was a good time. And so I'm like, I'm going to keep on being fresh for the day. So we got a brass section and a string section in the family. In Thailand, you can go in the mall and there will be a guy in there making the most beautiful chair you've ever seen. By hand in a beautiful, beautiful mall. And it'll be like a whole gallery in there that you can walk through and look at the artwork or buy the artwork or furniture. It's amazing. I gotta go back. I gotta go back. Can you play music when you work? I never hear it when I come in here. Yeah, I cannot. We have to go through like a process of getting clearance and permissions, so on and so forth, from the actual artist, and also have that logged in, and it's a lot to get music on a live. They do have some generic stuff, I think, that you can find and load up and play royalty free. I haven't investigated a whole lot, but I'm kind of a music guy. And royalty free usually isn't my vibe. So, till I can figure something out, we might just have to listen to the sounds of DJ File. That would be nice. Y'all might be surprised about the tunes you would hear, though, if I'm being honest. What kind of music would you like to hear? Maybe I'll ask that. And then I'll look and see if I can find cool royal freeness. Once again, I do thank y'all for spending your time with me in this channel. I kind of sound like an airline pilot. If you look out your right window, you'll see a bunch of wood chips on the ground. For those of you who are seated to the left side of the table, some whetstones and various unshipped mallets. Much for fun. West does it. Oh boy, it's a process before things really start to look like not junk. You know what I'm saying? Because, but each time it feels a little more refined each time I go around it. And I think my standard changes a little bit for the better each rotation. This is definitely the kind of thing you sort of develop an eye for it as you do it and learn it, but not really before, because the wood really does have a lot more say in what you will do. You don't have a ton of experience in tools, and even if you do, you probably still have to make some compromises. But I want the very clear contrast of soft organic shapes. In the center, and this very rigid ribbon wrapping about it. So far, we're kind of getting that. But we got to get to the refinement part. You got to get it all clean. Got to get it all sharp where it needs to be sharp and soft where it needs to be soft. Them tools don't hurt your hands without gloves? No, not at all. But you know, I used to power lift when I was a teenager. And I've lifted or worked out or exercised in some form my whole life. So between that and hammers that I use every day at work now, these tools are fairly comfortable for my hands. That's the magic thing about hands. You just give them something to do. After a while, they'll become the hands that do that task. It's not without its sacrifices along the way, though. It's like, violinists. You know what your tips of your fingers have to be on those frets. Max Morley says, hi, what's up, Max? Matthew says, with crayons melted in those grooves, it would be so cool. I ain't really mad at that, Matthew. I just don't know how to contain it overall because, see, like, it's not necessarily grooves. It's caverns and hills. There's really no space to sit in that doesn't run directly out. You know what I mean? Like, I think, you know, something like, you know, the contrast of that would be cool. Maybe we can find another way to make it feel that way. Jabbar Fife said, hi, what's up, Jabbar? You don't melt it in that much. Okay, I got you. I hit the like button for you, Wes. I have to get to bed. Take care, everyone. DLC Woodworking, yo, I appreciate it. I do. Thank you. Have a great night. People come in and show that love. Fantastic. Fantastic. Did I mention that that Violin Royalty is better than all of y'all? Because he's a official member of the chat and channel. He's gonna get perks and exclusive content. Because he's part of the squad, the crew. And you can too. There's a little something somewhere that you can click, that little subscribe X button, like subscribe plus. You can hit that. Howdy, everyone, says Lawrence. And Lawrence, we say howdy back to you, partner. What the business is. Just sitting here woodworking, being pretentious as all get out. Or if you epoxy in all sides except and then pour the epoxy. Matthew is with this plan. He's trying to help me make it happen. I'm with you, Matt. Let's keep think tanking it. I do have to warn you though, I'm on Pisces. I'm liable to end up just doing what I want anyway though, so. Just putting the cards on the table out there, you know what I'm saying? Keeping it trivial for the people's dinner. I'm hoping that some of this is going to sort of clean up with the cleanliness of the design, you know? Like if it gets sharp enough and clean enough, and then when I put the stain on it, or the oil on it, that it will just piss up. You dig? This should make more sense once it's all the same color. Bing, 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 bing. Putting everybody, don't sleep, don't drink, everybody. That sounds relaxing, like I'm cutting potatoes. Use a Shinto rasp, it would be wonderful. I just can't produce a Shinto rasp out of my pocket. I don't have one, so I've just gotta figure it out. I told you, just send me the request. I got you. As soon as I'm off, I got you. Send it over. Reddish Rover. Y'all used to play that when I was kids? Red Rover. It's a rough game. Get your friends to line up and you're like, alright. They'll come over here and break one of our arms and get clotheslined midair. One of the two is gonna happen. But you better be full speed for either one. There's the best of times. There's the best of times. Stop breaking. What type of oil do you plan to use, and do you know what type of wood it is, and how long have you spent so far on this cane project? I've gone back and forth to this cane project, I would say a few times. I've got oak, pine, and oak. This has been laminated together with epoxy, and then hand cut and carved and all of that business. And now I put an octagon on the base of it, and now I'm putting this in. I'm intending on using boiled linseed oil, but I'm gonna have to give it a good sanding first because it did have a coat of epoxy that I put on it before when I felt like it was complete, but it wasn't and didn't feel complete. And so I then started working on it again, thus destroying the previous finishes. But if this is any indicator, this is the same species of oak with the boiled linseed oil, and this is from the same stock of oak and pine in boiled linseed oil finish. We did this one yesterday. Hey, Chris. Buy one. Those are just wonderful and an easy game changer. That's what's up. I will look it up and I will do just that. Eventually. Right after I get done procrastinating. That you can guarantee will be the order of those things. Hello, sir. What's good, Chris? Lauren says, I got a pattern cut Thursday to try to use it to make an English style market stick. I need to get boards cut and planed. Nice. I eventually am going to buy a planer, I think. But I really, really want to buy once, cry once on that purchase. I don't know, as a contractor, I don't know how much I will begin to use it once I've got access to it. So if it does become a part of my cabinets and kitchens and bathroom builds, I might end up using it quite a lot. So I probably want to spend a little bit. I've heard a lot of good things about the Hercules one. I've heard some good things about the Drywall as well. So now these passes are primarily happening to take out the missteps of the previous passes. And things get a little sharper at this stage, hopefully. Move your body, move your body, move your body, move your body, move your body. Getting movement to your body is so important. This is a good way to get it. think we're almost ready for some sandpaper. Some sandpaper, neighbor. Slow down, love. Hold up the papers. I didn't say him. I do have that other cane, the pine cane, that I was actually waiting on getting the courage to get the bullet linseed oil before I put the finish on it, because I'd heard so much about the potential fire hazard of it. And now that I've navigated that to my own personal comfort, I might, in fact, get on that thing and get some color on it tonight as well. I hope there's some people in here. I can't see it on my screen. Let's see. I appreciate you, Matthew. What's up, Tim? Welcome back. I really love the way crafts bring people together. I like the way the cane is coming out, says Lawrence. Thank you, Lawrence. I enjoy that too very much, both things. Primarily the people coming together. But I really like the project coming together as well. As I do the sand, I'm gonna be cleaning up, but also knocking off the old finish that I put on it by the time I was done. The last time that I thought I was done. So I'm gonna get it all the way back down to this rough at about 100 grit, and then I'll go over that with the 220 or maybe the 180, and then I'll put us a finish on here. Maybe. Or I'll put it on the other post if it's ready in my brain. And I think it is. I looked at it today. It felt ready. Almost left stuff undone. I've probably got 9-10 hours into this cane, maybe. You can look, I've done every single thing I've done to this cane live, so you could track the lives and see. They'll all look a lot like this, but I built a couple of canes at this point, and I built a handful of mallets. And most of them are built on live streams so that people can see the process. If you want to go back and see the process, if you're interested in a particular build, they're all there. As I'm developing, trying to get my edit game up, because that's one thing that does not come quite as naturally to me, I will begin to release some long form in a little bit more organized fashion, so that you know, timestamps and all of that stuff, and you can see it without having to suffer through the boring parts and me talking, you know, all of that nonsense. Again, I thank y'all for hanging out with me, showing up, hitting the like button and all of that stuff. Hey Flossie, how you doing? Thanks for showing up. Pelado, how you doing, my friend? Pelado, I don't know if you're following him or not. That guy has an incredible voice. Pelado, if you read books, I would buy those audio books, because you just have a great speaking voice. I don't, and I jumble and mumble words and stuff. Pelado has a wonderful speaking voice. And a cool shop. The doggone router master over there. Like button activated, said Pelado. All right. Thank you, Tim. Says double tap for the like. Y'all are awesome. Thank you very much for championing for your boy. And for you who are hitting the like button in response and reply, I appreciate that too. We need all the help we can get over here. But we appreciate you just spending the time. Even if you can't get around to the button. But if you can. Might work your way into a membership. Make your way into a mallet getting mailed out to you. There are definitely members only perks in the works. Reed, what's that? Says Pilato. Hilarious. Matthew says, Pilato, you should make an Instagram, be part of our friends and family YouTube group. Interesting, Matthew. I rarely open the Instagram app, says Pilato. My Instagram is very much a mixed media. Some work, and it's also a lot of the family stuff. A lot of the good stuff, you know what I mean? And after this whole cane with this 100 grit, and we'll come back. Clean it all up. So I'm gonna have to get it. What type of wood is the cane made of? This is oak and pine. This is from a similar batch of wood that we used at yesterday's live, I believe it was, or the day before that, where we made this mallet. It's gonna get the same finish as this, so it should be similar in color when we're all done. Assuming I stop at that, and assuming that I don't burn it somewhere after the fact. We know I got a tendency to flame a cane. I have a little mechanic time tomorrow. My mechanic's coming to fix the freeze plug that I can't get to. It's the equipment that I do not want to buy. And I might do a live tomorrow during the day while he's doing that, so I don't have to stand out there watching. I'm sorry this is so tedious and monotonous, the sanding part, but it is a part of it that matters quite a bit. So it's got to get done. I'm getting dust all over my tie and everything. When I get upstairs, this is going to be hot. This is going to be a whole Clark Kent role play situation going on. something, you know? Gotta make use of a good necktie. Better than the ASMR or toilet seat guy by a long shot. I'd say so. I hope so. Oak and pine. Welcome back, Robert. What's going on, Gans? How's it going? Thanks for coming in. Once you put your feet up on the coffee table, hit the like button, have a drink. We all here. And you don't know until the finish is on. I'm always down for suggestions. I won't always take them because I'm hard-headed, but I'm always down to listen to them. And a lot of them I do take. Particularly when my members speak. I'll be like, what? Subscribers and the members are the governing bodies in this YouTube economy. Why do you have a tie on? Says DW. Just because I'm smooth. Just because you're working doesn't mean you don't want to be dapper, says Flossie. Exactly that. Making a cane and a tie. High class woodworking is why, says Robert G. You get it, bro. Tim Reed says, I recently discovered museum wax. I like it for wooden handles. Saw it on Man at Arms original. Oh yeah? That's interesting. What are the characteristics of something like that? Robert G. and Flossie exchange pleasantries because they are both pleasant people. it protects and is kind of grippy. That's kind of nice. That sounds like a good combination. Yeah, I might check that out. Thanks for the recommendation. Love that. Love to get new suggestions. I gotta get all of this off because I don't know how it'll react to the other finish on top. That epoxy is still in there. So we gotta knock it all the way down to the 100 grit. And soften it all the way back up to 220. And clean all of that off. And then we can get to a quality finish. The finish that I'm expecting to use is boiled linseed oil. Mr. Robert should give us the finish that we got the other day on this fine piece of carpentry. Same materials, different orientation and different use, but the wood's the same. No reason not to expect the results to be similar in nature. If you are just joining us, we are cane sculpting, and right now I'm removing the old finish from when I originally built this cane a couple of weeks ago. We decided we wanted to do different stuff to it, so we did. And now we have to clean that up. So that we can now get a good finish on this. But we can't rush through it and neglect parts. Take our time, swiftly and diligently, and eventually our goal will be at hand. Oh no! My laptop is dying. A power source. appreciate you hanging out, Tim. We'll talk to you later. Have a great night. And for all the rest of you, have a great night. I think I'm going to call it on this one tonight. I was going to go a little bit longer, but with my laptop, aka monitor, aka my ability to chat with you all going away, I got to set it down. I will come back tomorrow, maybe during the day, maybe tomorrow evening, but I will be back. See if we can get this pattern defined, cleaned up, and maybe some color on it. I hope it's becoming clear what I'm doing. We'll see. Take it easy. Thanks, Matthew. Thanks, Lawrence. Thanks, Flossie. Thanks, Robert. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, DW. Everybody, anybody that hung out here. That's awesome. It is a beefy cane. I appreciate it. But I am taking myself to my wife. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. What's this?